make this a lot more in my day-to-day life. My posture be ass.
Yeah, posture.
Like, I've seen myself just sitting, like, I'm on here like this, bro. I feel like I look like I got a hunchback.
Okay, so, but, like, when you don't realize you're talking to me?
Yeah. And then
Okay, I can see that. I mean, it's hard for somebody to sit up 25-7,
Let me get my
25-8 like this.
Let me get my hat right behind you.
Like, here, that's this.
What other days are you off, bro?
Saturday.
Okay.
Wednesday, Saturday.
Okay, so that's what you asked me.
We're gonna try to get the After Dark pod going. But what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Black Diamond AJ. Shit, today, here with the Man Cave. Here with the boys, Zay and White Chocolate. As y'all can see, boys, speak to the mic. Say hello.
What do you do, baby? This your boy MK Zay, man. Shout out, gang.
Shout out, gang. You know what I'm saying? We got all ads, all social medias is gonna be in the description. Y'all already know what we talking about today. So yeah, it's gonna be different. It's a new angle we got going on, new shit that we working out, but it is what it is. You know I don't give a fuck. But let's get started with the sauce. So, gentlemen, how have y'all been? What's been going on in life?
Corbin?
Man, I've been pretty good other than, a whole lot of baby mama drama.
Shit. Talk about that shit.
Man, the fact that even when you do everything right as a father, if the mother wants to feel some type of way, be vindictive, manipulative, anything you could really think of.
Bullshit.
She likes to try to control what's going on. She'll try to hold your kid from you, try not to communicate with you for no reason. Gets exhausting. Very. And actually, let me see if I can find this post that I just read, too. I just got on Facebook.
Oh, God. Yeah, my boy just got back on Facebook. Took a while for niggas to find that 2FA, two-factor authentication.
Yeah, it's been about a good 8 months since I've been on the book.
Yeah, Facebook with y'all weak ass. I love y'all, though.
Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Fuck you, Zuck. Alright, Zay, what's going on with you in life?
Oh, man, I could say the boring answer. I could be like, I'm working, but shit, bro.
Excited.
I try right. I mean,
what's life throwing at you?
What's life throwing at me, man? I'm trying to do something different every day, bro. I'm trying to enjoy my summer. My fucking food might be calling me, but they might just deliver that shit. But shit, bro, I just been chilling, bro. I've been trying to enjoy my summer, going out, try to catch a movie every now and then, linking up with old friends.
How do we feel about this summer? Like, coming out of even though we not out of a pandemic, technically, that's a whole other conversation. How do we feel about this summer compared to the last two?
Oh, man, the last two was rough, man.
They were rough, but at the same time, I still feel the exact same as I did with those. It's because the way I conduct myself in life, I don't go around gigantic-ass crowds of people on a regular anyway, so not too much of my life has changed on the day-to-day. Because I may go out to the bar every once in a while.
I was about to say, like, other than the bar, or
yeah.
like if I do like a sports event, I might do like a sports event. Might be like a bunch of people there.
Yeah, and it's like, for the most part, I never really worry. I know I'm a cleanly motherfucker. So even if I do need to have a mask, I usually always got to keep one somewhat within the vicinity. And shit, always good.
Yeah.
But I did find that post I was talking about.
Go ahead.
All right, the post says, imagine your baby daddy being awarded full custody of y'all kids. And every time you say something that irritates him, you can't see your kids again. As soon as you don't agree with one thing, you can't see your kid again. Imagine the kid being around the dad's girlfriend, but when you want to get the kid, it's an issue with you having the kid around your boyfriend. Imagine being told, no, you cannot get or see your kid on a holiday or their birthday. Not because you're not fit, but because the power isn't in your hands.
Boy, do we want to talk about how much power women have when it comes to the family court system?
Bro, that right there, if all that happens and the script completely flips on women, they would be in awe of the amount of power they just lost and how much they really can affect somebody's life. Because at times, especially being a father right now of a young child, that shit hits home at times when I can't see my son or when I don't know what's going on with him, because this is one of the most impressionable times in his life, and this is one of those times that you'll never get again. He is only 1 year old once. He is only 2 years old once. He is only this small, and I don't know how to really say it other than this small and this adorable, because he's a little kid right now. 5 years from now, he's going to be about halfway up my size, and he's going to be a little brat, and like, God damn it, go clean your room, okay?
Right.
Just hurry that shit up. But
Facts though.
Tell your kid hurry the fuck up.
yeah,
So, okay. Alternate timeline. Alternate universe. Men have the power in the family court systems. How do we imagine America today? Do we think America would be different if the roles were reversed?
yes.
One more time.
So, you know how women got the court systems now, right?
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
it's mainly in favor of the women. Women
Right.
are the primary caretakers. These are facts, by the way. What would happen in an alternate timeline, alternate universe, whatever, to where men had the power? Basically, like Corbin said, vice versa. Like, imagine if we just straight vice versa and no nuances, no modifications, because it's a different side, just exactly the way it is.
Yeah, they gotta just stop going by the fucking book. They a lot of shit in court is they go by the book. They're not even focused on the topic at hand, the problem at hand. They're just like, all right, this is how it was in ancient history. We're just gonna go with this.
Yeah, and I don't fuck with that.
And I don't fuck with that.
I
bro.
agree.
And there's been one instance in my life where I known that a woman is paid child support. It's very rare. It does not happen.
Man, when in all honesty, there's a lot of women out there that are just as shitty as some of these deadbeat fathers, even though they have the kids.
Yeah.
It's and that's why I feel like if we were in a alternate universe where the roles were flipped, I feel like that universe is probably a good decade to century ahead of ours. Just because as a man, having your priorities, knowing what you need to do to get shit done for yourself, for your family, and everything in that instance, you would then distill that a lot more into your kids if you're the primary provider for everything.
Okay.
Facts.
Do we feel men are better single parents than women?
I would say better or worse.
I like that. Yeah.
Because everyone has their flaws and everyone has a different outlook on parenting and
Everybody
parental-
definitely has a different outlook on the parenting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like I feel like that more or less just varies on person to person. I don't think gender really has too much to do with that. If you have good intentions for your kids or for the kids, I feel like that would be no different, male or female, because you just want to see the kid thrive.
Yeah. No bitterness.
No bitterness.
No bitterness.
Okay. So, in the alternate universe, right? Now let me supply you with these numbers. Most men that are in the criminal justice system, or I just call it the system because it's too many arms and legs of it.
Yeah.
Most of the men that are in the system are raised by single mothers. Now, just presented with that data, how do we think that alternate universe would be with vice versa? You know what I'm saying?
If they had both parents in their household.
Yeah. Or let's just say if women do how let's keep it a buck. What if women do how niggas do women? Get them pregnancy happen, baby happen. We think we finna be in this, and then just up and dip.
Man, that'd be wild.
See, I feel like men will be a little bit more adaptable to it because most men have that I don't give a fuck kind of attitude.
Already.
I agree.
So I feel like we'll just have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might seem like we're strict or hard on our kids, but when they get older, they'll have a good work ethic.
Definitely.
They'll know the difference between right and wrong.
Absolutely.
They'll know how to properly maintain pretty much just about anything because a lot of the shit most men do, it can be implemented across almost everything we do.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
all
agree.
part of your work ethic.
I agree. Like when it comes to being
Having a value.
Yeah, when it comes to raising, I believe, because I got a nephew, you got a son, so you will know this more firsthand than I would. Raising a boy seemed like to me, and a lot of people say raising a girl is harder than raising a boy. In my honest opinion,
How do you feel about that?
to keep it a buck, it depends. And that's just being honest. It depends because if you consider my little sister, I think about my little sister, right?
Yeah. Talk.
Wasn't hard to raise. I probably was a little bit more harder to raise.
Harder
than
to
she
raise,
was.
yeah.
And that's me keeping it a buck.
I like that.
So I always because I always wonder, bro, why when people say shit like that, they be like, well, if you ask my parents, they'll say, well, shit, who did you have a better time with, Andre or Diamond?
Yeah.
You had a better time with Diamond.
No, we're down in there.
At least Diamond knew to keep her head on her shoulders.
Right.
See?
Going off that alone.
Exactly. Now, like you were saying earlier, I feel like when it comes to shit like that, it depends, bro, because you got some. It might be easier to raise some boys or majority. I don't know. You know, I'm not a woman. I ain't
Exactly.
raised a lot of kids yet. So,
Right.
ladies, if you have an opinion on this, please let us know. But
Tap in.
I would think that, bro, like, it might be easier with the daughter, and I think people say it's easier with the boy because of how the world is today.
Yeah, definitely. To me, I think it's easier with the boy, but I think, like you said, it can be either way.
Especially with the way it is today, it's easier with the boy because you can, essentially, as a father, you could just distill what you know as your best qualities in your son, and then help form the qualities you don't like in yourself. Make sure he doesn't pick those up.
Now talk about if it was a single mother raising the kid.
So, like, if it was a single mother raising a kid,
because she can't implement those.
And we have the data to prove it. So
yeah, we have the data to prove it. Okay.
I feel like for a woman, it would honestly at that point it'd probably be a little bit easier to raise a daughter because she could teach where she went wrong with her partner at that point if she's a single mother, and to show her the rights and wrongs, what you should look for in a man, what you shouldn't look for in a man, and things kind of like of that nature. It's because as a father with my son, I'm distilling all the best qualities I have in him because he's supposed to be the better version of me. Yep. And if I had a daughter, I feel like that would be more complicated, especially for me because I know how a woman should be treated, but not every man has the same mindset as me.
And how do you think your baby mama's implementing her stuff into your son? Do you what things do you think she's, teaching him?
As of right now, I feel like she's not implementing anything positive into my son.
Okay.
Other than the fact that she does want him to be creative, because the people she conducts herself around and she has around my son,
creative people,
some are creative, other people are either career criminals,
lazy,
felons, habitually violent people.
Yeah.
Just in it for the fun.
Yeah.
And they don't actually. It seems like they don't always have goals or something.
Ambition.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, my son wouldn't have known how to say bitch at daycare in front of his daycare teacher.
Right.
My son wouldn't be going around going gang, 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 gang all the time. Yeah, I know he's a kid. It's cute. It's corny, yada, yada. But if you actually think about the realization of it, two-year-old should not be running around going gang, gang.
For sure.
2-year-old should just be trying to play.
Doing 2-year-old things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That gang, and I see what you mean with that. You know what I'm saying? But they, like we say with the data, on a balance of probabilities. Where did I get that word from?
Someone's got the letter.
On a balance of probabilities.
Yeah.
The data shows, and from personally what I have seen, when it comes to the results, not the process. The process can always be different, but the result always matters. Because you can be a hard ass motherfucker on your kid, on your son, but when he grows up, he sees why he was so hard on him, right?
They always see in hindsight. Yeah,
exactly. To me, it's always the result, and I believe when it comes to a result, men can turn out better children than women can. Now, the reason why is not because women can't raise kids. I'm not saying that at all. They better at it.
Yeah, women, they better at it, brother. They have the maternal aspect.
Yeah, they nurture.
They are mothers.
They naturally nurture. Yeah.
My mama. So I always say that. Like that's one thing women got over us.
We can see that.
Like
you can't deny that. That's part of a woman's natural
nature.
instinct.
Yeah.
To know how to take care of just a being in general.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always say when a child is younger, he needs his mother because he needs to
definitely
show compassion. He needs to show
kindness. Love.
It's a lot of feminine qualities that are more so attached to children than it is masculine.
Yeah.
Right. So when your kid get older, right? Because in my opinion, and it's data that supports this, but in my opinion, I feel like a kid would need, like in the beginning stage, would need the mama. But when they get to like grade school, when they start interacting with other kids and they start to get older, I feel like then you got to transition slowly from the mom to the dad.
Yeah.
Because the dad,
yeah,
to me, bro, the dad is the one that's going to teach you.
There's levels, yeah.
What the hell is wrong with the world and what the world got coming
and how
from.
you need to handle certain situations.
Exactly. your mom can show you how you handle people.
In the
how
in
you
the tone,
people.
in the
And also
tone
how
that you need to hear it in.
and what you should know from your emotions.
Yeah. That's what a woman can teach you. A man can teach you one thing.
How
Right.
to handle
How to
handle it, right.
in an actual real life situation.
Yeah. And I feel like, bro, you always gonna need both components of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lot of the generation is starting to grow up, you know, with one side.
Yeah, and they'll be kind of the
Fucked
other side
up
is
or-
very lacking. And
Yeah. And it's like it's always fucked up. These school shooters that we got.
and also all these
Single
different daddy
mothers.
issues and mommy issues
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
talking about nowadays.
Yeah, and that's why I get on men too. You know what I'm saying? I tell them like, bro, just because I tell women, hey, don't give out pussy like it's water. That don't mean you niggas need to nut in anything you can, bro, and not be responsible
Right.
for what come after. My nigga.
Right.
Come on, bro.
You gotta
Yeah.
manage yourself.
Yeah,
Problematic.
manage that dick, boy.
Manage
It's
it.
called dick management. It's
Yeah.
an important term.
Yeah, like
And-
low man. Yeah.
And when it comes to raising kids, etc., I feel like the dynamic, bro, needs to like come to a table to where it's like, okay, we got to figure out what the hell it is we're gonna do with this child, right? Because every child is different. So let's take your example, right?
Mhm.
If she was willing to fucking talk, then it would be like, okay, what it is as a man that I have to do in order to facilitate a smooth childhood for this boy.
If she's willing to communicate, then at that point you should hope for the idealized co-parenting kind of bond, where you guys are able to have somewhat of a cordial, almost friendly
Mutual
kind of-
agreement.
yeah, mutual agreement where you're able to still sit in the same room and bullshit with each other, but still also make sure the only real focus is the kid. So, okay, let's say he's in school, he's having issues in school. Once we both go to talk with him and they elaborate more what the issue is, if it's more mental, if it's more emotional, or if it's more outraging and outbursts, or like what all it is, who then should try to be the parent to try to pretty much discipline the child at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's different things should be handled in different ways. And when it's more real life situations, like you were saying, kind of thing, I would want to make sure personally to teach my son, okay, yeah, that's going to piss you off, but that's one of the times you can't punch somebody.
Yeah. See, women, and this is, come on now, we've all had interactions with women.
Yeah.
They don't control their emotions
Listen,
the best.
No, they usually,
And-
bro.
Go
in
ahead.
my experience,
You got a
yeah,
way
in my
wilder
experience,
Yeah.
every single time, whenever it gets into some sort of anger, debate, something like that, I am never the one to put my hands on nobody first. Even when it comes with most men, I am not the one to swing off first because I learned how to control my temper and when to properly throw a punch, essentially.
Yeah.
And every time when stuff starts getting heated and frustrated, especially with the mother of my child, she'd be the one to come up, push me, smack me, slap me, do something in that sense.
Now, if you had done anything like that, do you think you would be here today?
Fuck no.
And that's the problem, that the double standard that women need to understand that they have. See, it's not a man's world. I always said this, it's not a man's world. It probably was once before. But it's two things that run this world that make this, that's the blood flow of this world. It's money and it's pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Money talks, and pussy can get you a lot of things that money probably couldn't get you at certain points in time.
Money definitely talks.
So, and we can go on, segue into the next topic. So when it comes to, the relationship, right, before you even get to the child raising phase, do we feel, since, we have all these nuances with men and women and, when it comes to the relationship and how as men, I feel like we have to conduct ourselves better than women can because we cannot allow ourselves to act like women do.
Yeah.
A prime example. It was, do you remember the bus driver situation? The bus driver, that's a prime example right there. Girl was talking to that man, a grown ass man, talking shit to him, hitting on him, and then spit on him. He uppercutted her ass one time. All the backlash is on him. Alright.
He didn't deserve no backlash
at all.
He was being assaulted.
Exactly. Now, women always want to bounce between this double-edged sword that I like to say. It's either you bitches can't control your emotions or we make y'all act like that. But if we make y'all act like that, I thought you was an independent woman. Independency means you are not dependent on nobody, which means outside influences don't matter.
Yeah, we shouldn't be able to control your
your emotions like that, but we can. So get that stupid shit out of here. You're fucking emotional, and you need to get that shit under control.
Man, hearing that bullshit, the reason they are because how I am. Like, my baby mama's done said that. Like, I am the way I am because of you. Bullshit. These are all your decisions. I didn't make you do not a goddamn thing.
Exactly. You are not a fucking kid.
Yeah.
You are an independent woman, a grown ass woman at it.
And as adults, we gotta be mature.
I ain't make you be promiscuous. I ain't make you go sleep with someone who I thought was my best friend.
She did.
None of that was my own. None of that was
on her own accord, right? Exactly. See, that's the accountability they don't want to admit. That'd be my thing.
Shit, I ain't the one that make you lie in front of a whole lot of people.
I didn't make you do that. I didn't make you act out. I didn't make you say this, that, and the third. That was your over emotional ass.
If you want to say something I did do, I'm the one that paid, for the college. I'm the one that helped pay for the schooling. Mm-hmm. I'm the one who helped pay for all their fucking clothes and makeup and jewelry over 5 fucking years.
Yeah. And dog, the return on that kind of investment.
But I made her put her hands on me. I made her into the person she is today. Apparently.
Right. Apparently, but they're independent.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one is it? Are you independent, or you don't know how to control your emotions? I think they go hand in hand. You are independent, and you don't know how to control your fucking emotions.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep it honest with you. And when it comes to, and I believe, and it's not to say there's bitch niggas out there, but we're not talking about the niggas because we always talking about bitch niggas. We here to point out the accountability between both genders because I already said you niggas need to be better fathers anyway. But women, however, when it comes to emotions and when it comes to reactions to certain things and saying certain things, they are absolved of responsibility. But men, however, need to be more responsible as if we are children or as if we are the parents and they are the children.
Yeah. When
it comes to a relationship, they want a man to lead.
Yeah.
But they believe in 50-50. That doesn't work.
It's just hard to get best of those worlds, bro.
Yeah, they want the cake and they want to eat it too.
Yeah, because, and I'm gonna tell you,
they want the cake and they want to eat it too, Corbin.
If you want to have somebody as a leader going 50-50, where's the leverage in that? I think what women mean is when they say, y'all can comment on this, when women say they want 50-50, we really know that they would prefer a man that could take care of them. Let's be honest. They be trying to talk
financially support.
They be trying to sound politically correct. We don't give a fuck. On here, we gonna say it what it is. We know you would prefer a man that can take care of you. That's why y'all go after men with money, even if you got money yourself. We're not fucking stupid. We can see it. Now, in y'all opinions, with the dynamics of relationships today, because back in the day, women did not have the ability to have their own bank accounts, to work.
My shit just got dropped off.
Okay. So let's revert it all the way back to back in the day, right? See, back in the day, women, they couldn't have bank accounts, they couldn't have jobs, so it was different. How they approached us was different, and how we approached them was different.
Yeah, because value was different.
Exactly. Things were different back then, But, and I like to call it the modern dating era.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women want the traditional sense of a relationship, not understanding the reason why relationships were traditional.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have the ability to have your own bank account. Women did actually when World War II happened, and I'm sure, I don't know if any of y'all remember this, but women was working when World War II happened.
They was working.
They was working, and then they never stopped after that.
That was back in the early 1900s, and
it's like
that's when all them ads started coming out, where you had the
women power,
with
the woman with they've been working, right? And ever since then, things have changed, which is around 1950.
That's when. Yep.
See, so when you plug the dots together, it comes to this, right? Back in the day, women were the prize.
Facts.
Yeah,
they were. Back in the day, just the values were different.
Yeah.
How they went about relationships were different.
Right.
How they select men that they have to date and the number of options are completely different.
Most definitely.
Right? Dating is globalized now. It's no longer localized.
Got a phone. That's global.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of women expect localized dating traditions in a globalized world. So I ask you this, gentlemen, and elaborate.
Talk to me.
Are women still the prize, or have men become the prize? Good, competent men have become the prize. Vice, it's the same thing. Competent women, But are we the prize? Are competent men the prize? Anybody can start whatever. And say what you want to say.
When we go out, girls, more than half the time, they want us to, let's say, pay the bill. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
Financially, we're looked at to cover most things. And it's like, you just want to sit pretty, and you got to understand that's not how it works.
Not at all.
Like, we can be in a respectful relationship, It doesn't got to be like that, but you got to understand, if I'm doing things and you're not, since you want things to be halfway, you're not meeting me halfway. You can't get the best of both worlds. You got to understand that my value is higher.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Corbin?
Why would your value be higher? By the way, y'all, he's eating some great ass shit that I don't want to say.
Yep, I'm not gonna say them.
We ain't gonna say it, but good ass shit, man. Hint, it ain't open on Sundays.
But no, I kind of feel what you're saying though, because as the man nowadays and being the provider and having to pay for everything when it does come to all that, we do need to get met halfway at a certain point, because
having to have our own place before you meet us, having to have our own car before you meet us, having to have
not even before you meet us, because we gotta think about it like this: how many men do women walk past? The average girl walk past every day without even noticing them.
man,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when it comes to nowadays, to me, right, when it comes to women selecting, because I look at it all as selection. That's all it is. Everything that we do nowadays is to select to the other gender.
Yeah, you either gotta pick me
or pick somebody else.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It's always a competition for the booty.
Right.
Always. As much as we, men don't admit it, but we know that. It's always a competition for the booty, right? But the way women select are the way women select, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, in this globalized world, women have become more abundant
and accessible.
Yes, right.
Yep.
Now, and they probably getting on my ass now, but they probably finish it up when I say this. It's not a lot of competent men.
No.
It's a lot of beautiful girls in the world.
Yep.
It is. It's not a lot of competent men in the world.
No, and there's not that many men that are considered proper suitors for most women.
Exactly. So for a man to be selected by a woman, right, and let alone have sex with him, he has to be
all these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just for her to notice him.
Your standard of what, is what your standard is of that person.
Exactly. Now, not every man is competent.
No.
And women deserve a competent man. But what they fail to realize is, if you want these competent men, they are very small. And like everything in the world, supply and demand occurs, he's probably not going to be loyal to you.
No. Probably not going to be loyal to you, or if he is going to be loyal to you, you are going to have to abide by his rules indefinitely.
Because by that, he'll be doing everything.
Because that's how I am. Because don't get me wrong, the thought may occur, to step out, especially ideally, let's say I got $5 million sitting in the bank, I got $40 million just sitting in realty, just because I got all this kind of shit getting rented out. So idealize me in that situation. Mm-hmm. Okay, I do find one woman I really do like. but I have set rules. If you want me to be here loyal and faithful to you and just about you,
Yeah.
you have to follow these set rules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to accept the fact that I probably will be promiscuous. Yeah, I'll come home to you. Yeah, I'll be married to you. Yeah, you'll have my last name at that point, but you have to accept what I'm going to do if you don't want to follow my rules.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to follow your rules, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Find the average man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Lower your standards.
Because
man that
I
has
know
to
my
be
worth, I know my capability, and I know what I can do. And if you don't want to do it, especially with dating and everything being globalized now, there's someone out there who will.
Exactly.
The
Just like them. And there's nothing wrong with this, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I see the problem is. Now, we know women have a problem with men saying they're the prize. I think the reason why is because, being a woman is supposed to be special.
Right, they feeling themselves. They got their hair done.
They feel themselves. And it's cool.
They compete with other females. You gotta.
They do all the time.
And also that, with that being said too, that in my opinion is partially an issue because it's like it's a mask. You don't really know what you're getting until after you bring them home, probably sleep with them, see the fact that they take a shower, wash everything off, and now you get to see what they really look like.
Yeah. See, that's our side of the fence.
Yep.
And what they don't understand is when you are creme de la crop, and it's different for men and women because
creme de la creme, yes, sir.
Let's be honest, most men don't care about how much money a woman make,
right?
Because they not attracted to them by that. See, but they assume
that we are.
Yeah,
it's not
because they're trying to attract. They're thinking we're trying to attract the man that they want to attract.
Yeah.
Only a woman would care about how much money a man makes, how much his education is, how tall he is, how he conducts himself in this, and if he's a family man. Only women care about that shit. The only thing men care about is how good you look, whether you'll be a good partner and a good mother.
Good mother, extremely.
That's it.
And all that really entails with that is being able to cook, being able to clean, being able to maintain a household, create order.
Yep. Organization, yeah.
Because the queen of the household is the one that handles everything. The king just provides everything.
Yeah, we need women.
Doesn't give a shit.
We need women. They need us.
They need us, exactly. But what they want to make it is, to me, they want to try to make it. They want to be on the same side of the coin as us, not knowing that we operate on two sides of the same.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah.
We select differently. Men don't get as much pussy as women think. See, when we walk into a room full of women, and I'm gonna tell y'all, and I want y'all to tell me this: do you notice every girl in a room, in every room that you walk in?
Give you a little side eye glance at you, yeah. They all look.
Like, or I would say, when you walk in a room, right? Let's say like it could be orientation or some shit. Do you notice, or do you at least look or glance at every girl in that room?
I took a glance.
Yeah.
And you kind of will remember a little bit of the face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women don't do that.
Not like you think, right?
We invisible. So when they walk in a room full of men, they don't look at every man like we look at every woman. So the way they select is already off base compared to how we select.
Yeah. Shit. From the women I know, they tell me there has to be one thing that really stands out about them that makes them want to look over there. And then they look, and then it's hit or miss.
Yep.
24 seconds.
Back to them already having this, my bad. That's back to them already having this imagination. This is already their depiction of what they created already. Mm-hmm. So when they see that, and if it's not that, onto that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's not wrong with that.
Yeah.
But it's a problem when we are picky like that.
Right.
When I say I don't want a hoe or I don't want a girl with a certain amount of bodies, they will get mad.
Yeah.
But that's how men naturally select. Biologically, that's how we select.
Shit, I don't understand why people get mad at me for saying I don't like girls that are bigger.
Yeah. We don't like big girls. They don't like short niggas.
Right, but then it's called body shaming.
Exactly.
But it's not body shaming when
It's
they
not.
say
It's
that.
just what is attracted. Like we are attracted to. It's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
I'm not mad at somebody for that. It's just I'm not attracted to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to body shame, make you feel any type of way. But
sure.
Women don't realize they do that shit constantly. Oh no, you're not tall enough. Oh no, you're not buff enough. Oh no, you're too tall. Okay, you're too skinny. Okay, you
dark skin. Okay, you light skin. Okay, you white.
Yeah, it's always something.
Like it's always something, And women are always looking to disqualify men. But this is what I say: that's how we select them. We select them based on looks.
Looks, you're right.
Because when we're thinking about selection and how men and women are attracted to each other, it's not this modern day shit.
No.
It's the hindbrain. It's the primal shit.
Yeah, where we come from.
It's
Truly,
yeah. It's the hunter-gatherer shit. Yeah.
I
I had to go out there. I had to hunt. I
Yeah.
had to kill that motherfucker lion
Bring
with
it back.
these two other
Yeah.
niggas. And we bought that meat back, baby.
Oh, my mama.
Yeah. While you took care of the kids and made sure that they were safe.
And clean, yeah.
Right? It seems like, when we try to revert to that, and that is the way it goes. Now, some people, they different with their relationships.
Yeah, but if we revert to,
50-50. Some dudes prefer girls that got more money than them.
Right, but let us revert back to that.
Everyone has their own choice.
Right.
Yeah, they do. But what we have to understand is divorce rates are in the fucking toilet. Women are the main cause of divorces.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to become, two-parent households are starting to become more common, so thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to all the stats in dating and how, women are 2 times as likely to have a child. Every single woman is 2 times as likely to have a child than every single man in America. Now, why is that if it's more women than men?
Because they're all sleeping with the same man.
Simple calculus. What my boy Thanos says is simple. You're fucking the same type of men.
Yeah.
Because not every man you see. You don't know if the nigga that's not 6 foot is rich,
right,
confident, hurt a nigga, killed a bunch of niggas before. You wouldn't know that shit because you ain't looking at him.
Oh.
So how would you expect to find the man that you truly want when you don't even look at every man that you fucking see?
I'll tell you why. Because they'll learn the hard way. Then that's when they'll know. But then, guess what? It'll be too late.
Too late. Damaged goods. Yeah. And they say that's a bad thing. But in my opinion, women shouldn't want niggas that got PTSD from being in the streets. That's paranoid. Niggas don't know how to handle business. Men that don't know how to provide, how to protect, how to be that rock for her whenever she going through, whatever episode she going through. We believe in traditional shit. But it seems like women expect traditional traits from men without being traditional women. And I find that odd when there are less competent men than there are beautiful women.
Yeah, it's like they need to understand if you want something somewhat traditional from us, you have to revert back to tradition yourself.
Exactly, but they don't want to do that.
No.
So why should we?
Yeah, so that's why you have to understand. That's why I say if I were to be in a relationship, I'd have so many rules and then I wouldn't cheat. It's pretty much taking shit back a good 50 to 100 years where there was actual respect there where, okay, I'm not going to cheat or do any of this. I'm not going to be abusive like they were back in the day. It's going to be ran how it's supposed to. But
I'll do what I do as a man, and as a woman, you do what you're supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Gender roles are a thing.
Absolutely. But one thing you're not going to do is tell me that you want me to work all day, and then I work while you're at home, and you're not doing what you got to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to do that. And let's say we had a party the last night. I helped clean up some shit before I go, and you just got to do, let's say, the dishes and take out the trash.
Right, and that's
the trash
just like little shit,
and like when you're at that point, you got a house. You just got a little trash bin sitting in your garage. So
right.
Taking out the trash ain't nothing but like 2 seconds for anybody. And if you can't do that, then shit, we got an issue.
Absolutely.
Because right now, I'm paying for all the motherfucking Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, whatever the fuck you doing while you just sitting on your ass there at the house.
Yeah, so you call shots when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. You just do. None disrespect.
So in this modern day era, are men the prize?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards yes.
There you go. I wholeheartedly agree. I believe that as men, in order for us to even get sex to fuck a lot of girls, it has to be something for you to
make
be able
them
to
to acknowledge us.
Yeah, like that's where the calculus comes in that women don't understand. See, it's not the same like how they was shaming Dirk in Future Dirk when he said India he want girl with low bodies, but they said he got 7 kids, etc. It's not the same.
It's not.
No.
Because in order for Dirk to even have sex with a lot of women, he has to have
to establish worth.
Exactly,
value.
some type of established value. Let's get into it. So that's what a man's established value is, and women perceive that as such and are willing to have sex with him regardless of his body count, which most women are.
Yeah.
are we really gonna sit here and say that body counts really matter for men? It doesn't. It never has, and in my opinion, it never will. Because even women know for a man to fuck a lot of women, a lot of quality women too. Oh no, it's something about this nigga.
Yeah.
He done fuck this. She cute, and like you said, women always compete with each other, so they gonna know. Oh, she cute. She cuter than me. She got a fatter ass than me.
Yeah.
She got bigger titties than me. They think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because the status that was just going around is you weird if you got a thick girl and you be looking at skinny girls, or if your girlfriend's skinny and you attracted to thick girls, you weird.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the difference between men and women. We can be attracted to something and not always go after it. See, you see something that's better or that you think is better, and you gonna go after it.
Go right after it, yeah.
Cause shit, that's the thing is that women have to understand. A lot of men, because me personally, when I say I don't go after big girls like that, it's because most big girls don't have the face shape that I like. But at the same time, I have met a few that do, and I was attracted to them. Mm-hmm. It all is pretty much that, and at a certain point, if there's enough attraction there, then it just determines on the personality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something women don't go off of that often.
As much as they lie and say they do, they go off more so superficial.
Men
are biologically hardwired to go off superficial. When we go to talk to a woman, when you go to talk to a woman, do you say, damn, I want to see what her personality is like? No, you say, she look good, she got a nice ass body, I'm finna see what's up.
Yeah.
And when women see a man that's looking nice or whatever, sometimes they'll say, I'm gonna see what's up, or sometimes they'll play the passive game.
Yeah.
Because they can.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it. And we as men, we ain't complaining about it. We just acknowledging that we understand the game. We don't gotta always say it for y'all to understand that we know.
Yeah.
But we know.
We know.
You know? And we have to know, because who you gonna ask to catch a fish? The fish or the fisherman?
Bingo.
So if I'm a man that's able to catch a lot of fish, aka have a lot of sex with a lot of women, or have the ability to have sex with a lot of women which they love, but be loyal to them, which, let's be honest, that's not in a man's biological imperative. They are to find one man that's the best and settle down with him. Oftentimes we find the best woman that best pussy.
Best pussy.
Who we feel at home as, who we have the best connection to.
Yeah, and then you just want to plant a seed and then move on to the next.
Boom. But in the modern day era, we've changed. Like you said, if you are willing to do that as a woman, no, I won't be promiscuous. I'll do what I'm supposed to do as a man.
Yeah, and we can actually settle down.
Yeah, we can settle down.
But you have to follow my rules at this point, and most women don't like that thought of like, I'm not following no man. I'm not
man rules, and you ain't.
I'm independent.
You
don't got to.
In my opinion, shit, you shouldn't. Then don't get with a man whose rules you don't have to follow. Get with a man who's more likely to not be loyal to you and do all this and that, even though you want a man that has the ability to cheat.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like, I'm not saying I'm finna have like rules where it's like, no, you have to stay in the house 24/7, yada yada. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be basic common rules just for certain levels of respect. Yep. And that's all it is like, you still live your life, but I'm not gonna do certain stuff that I would feel would disrespect you, and you're not gonna do stuff that I feel would disrespect me.
Okay.
All right. You got a response to that?
No, I agree with that, really, bro.
No. All right. Last point. We can go off on this. God damn it, I just had it.
Brain fart.
Right. Brain fart like a motherfucker. All right, so yes, we do believe men are the prize. I forgot the question because you saved the last thing you just said because it plugged in perfectly.
How I said, I'll follow a certain set of rules so I don't disrespect you, and then you don't follow a certain set of rules so you don't disrespect me.
Exactly. Do we feel, in general, that modern day women respect men?
No.
Not naturally.
Not at all.
Not naturally. Expand on that.
Because especially most women in the workplace, especially if they're at the same level as a dude or above them, they'll have a sense of entitlement. So like, I'd work my ass off to get to this point, and they'll kind of treat you a certain way because of it. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not in the workplace, if it's outside of it and the woman knows she's somewhat on her shit, even if she's not completely, or she's just fine as shit, she'll act entitled and not want to show respect and just feel like shit
You
should
know
be
the
given
girls
to
that
them.
are independent and know their worth, and those are the girls that you want to be with. And then you got the girls that they can't comprehend that, and they're childish, so
Yeah.
they're trying to impress, and you can only go so far with that, and you can it can't be 50-50 with that.
No.
So that was the last question, because that's something I want to plug in, because I feel that they don't.
Yeah, I feel a lot of times that's why, like, even with one thing I do when I'm out in public, if I see a woman that I think is, somewhat beautiful, attractive, whatever, has some really nice hair, something like that, I'll just give her a compliment. And I'm not trying to get her number. I'll just give her a compliment.
There's gotta be looked at as.
Yeah, and at times women they'll get all kind of snooty, like, okay, thank you, I guess. And I'm like, I'm just giving you a compliment. I ain't asked for your number. I just said that, and you can see I'm on my way up out of here. But okay?
I'm following you. I don't give a fuck enough to follow you. I'm
yeah.
letting you know. But a lot of them in response will say, "Well, you don't have to let me know something I already know."
Yeah,
cool.
I've heard that before too.
About men not approaching y'all.
Yeah.
Don't complain about men not saying anything in public to y'all.
And
because guess what? Nowadays, niggas is getting booked for sexual harassment, sexual assault. Oh, he did this to me. Oh, he did that to me. And guess what? It's guilty until proven innocent. We fucking saw Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Doesn't even want the money. It's just all about, you're not going to fuck my brand up, and you're not going to fuck up my reputation.
Yeah, over a lie. And in the letter,
most
it's
definitely.
Funny because in the letter he said that in the last line of his letter, he said, hopefully we can get back to innocent until proven guilty instead of guilty until proven innocent. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, see, that is always forever going to be a dagger to the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say that, because let's be honest, a lot of women have used the Me Too movement for bad than they have for good. And we was having a talk before about the BLM, the organization, compared to the movement, and how the organization, is different from the actual movement. And I feel like what happens is people take movements, like everything that humans create, it has a good purpose, and then it gets used for some bullshit.
Yeah. Always. Ulterior motives always will get slipped in there for whoever's in charge.
Exactly.
And that's for everything, just because they want to try to accomplish something.
Exactly. It's books on how to tear down, how to beat a successful man. It's a book out there that's published, literally says how to finesse men in power, and how to blame them, and how to manipulate them, and how to make them seem guilty when they are innocent. It's a whole book out there for that. But if we used to write a book, and this is the last point I'm getting off on, if we used to write a book about all the shit that we can do to manipulate women, and a lot of men don't.
Yeah.
Small amount that do. Them the few that they're fucking. That's why they think all men do it. It's always a matter of perspective. But final point, the double standard shit, the respect, the relationship dynamics, being the prize. It's a reason why these Kevin Samuel channels and podcasts is becoming popular. It's because there is something to be said. You know what I'm saying? There is something there. Because the market always dictates something. The market gonna tell you whether or not they want your product or not, or whether your product has a use for it or not.
Yep.
Always. So if you see people are getting popular, and this goes for female artists too, and female brands and female content too. The reason why it seems like men are starting to think they're the prize is because how y'all have changed dating as a whole. We cannot decide who gets sex. You do, unless it's a crime. We can only decide who gets the commitment, though, the relationship, the marriage, the security. That's what we can do. And since we don't get what we used to get back in the day, a lot of men are starting to identify, hey, you know what? She got a lot of options, and she not gonna even show me the basic respect. It's okay. It's cool. I don't have to be traditional. She don't have to be traditional. She doesn't at all. You have the right to. I fully, wholeheartedly believe women should be independent. But what you have to understand is the reason why men were the way they were back in the day is because women were the way they were back in the day. It's a simple calculus.
And it had to be like that.
Yes. Just
Every
like
reaction,
algebra.
there's an equal opposite reaction.
Exactly. Just like algebra. Whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you got to do on the fucking other. We all learned that shit.
Yep.
And that's why math is the shit. But, and I fucking hate it, but I love money. But
Shout out to math.
to hammer home, ladies, do what you do. You can date whoever you want to date. But fellas, we want y'all to understand you are now the prize. There are a lot of cute girls that you can find on social media, but it's not a lot of competent men that she can find on social media that will commit to her.
Prize, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, y'all, go ahead, man. Say what y'all got to say. Last thoughts. Any goodbyes? You want to plug anything? Social media?
Go ahead, follow me on IG, man. mke.zay. Follow me on, I guess you can add me on Snapchat. 6man27.
6man27.
Yes, sir.
And White Chocolate is currently getting his social medias together, so I don't.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna wait on that. You know, he'll when he back, he'll have that shit up and running. We're gonna have him good.
Gang.
Most
But,
definitely.
alright. Y'all be safe. Y'all be happy, man. Tell somebody you love them. Make some money. Don't ever be negative in life. Appreciate what you have. And yeah, man, we gone. So,
Sure.
that'll.